Hey everyone, and welcome to the Time Shifters podcast, independent film spotlight, formerly Time Hop, or maybe still Time Hop. I haven't decided.
Yeah, you gotta let me know when we're changing branding.
I'm your host, Christopher. With me is my good friend and co-host, Tom. Tom, how are you? Yeah, I haven't had a chance to talk to you about that.
No, nothing like it in the middle of the recording to drop that on me, but sure, okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it just occurred to me as I started recording. But yes, we do have an independent film from 2025 called The Hermit to talk about. This was written by William Walkerly and directed by Salvatore Sclafani. It stars Melina Polly Weissman, Anthony Turple, and is the title character, Lou Ferrigno. The story is told in flashback during a 60 Minutes-like news interview where we learned that shortly after losing her mother to lung cancer, Lisa and her boyfriend Eric are taken on the family's traditional fishing trip by Lisa's father. As if that isn't horrific enough for the two young people, they get lost while hiking and stumble on a secluded pig farm owned by Hugo the Hermit, who is also the originator of the locally famous jerky snack food. Lisa and Eric discovered a disturbing secret ingredient to Hermit jerky, and they have to try and do whatever they can to stay off Hugo's menu. Well, that might be what happened.
Right.
I have to admit, this thing kind of kept me guessing through a good portion of the film as far as where we were going to go.
It did. I don't know if it was effective, but it did, because I'll admit, at the beginning of this film, it kind of felt like it was burying the lead right away, because we get our first incident with the Hermit and a young lady, and then we go to opening credits, and opening credits start to unfold like, oh, we're going to see the entirety of this film in flashback, because we're already explaining. We've already discovered that he's a murderer.
Yeah, exactly. The whole story starts out kind of in the past tense.
Mm-hmm. But then as it continues to unfold, it starts telling, you're like, okay, well, it's kind of lame. I know how this ends before it starts, but we're going to get the story of what happened to get us to the end. Like, okay, fine. And that story unfolds fairly well until it kind of jackknifes at the end, where it needed a little more finesse. I felt like I liked the premise of what they were doing. I just don't know that they got me there convincingly.
It's exactly my thought. That's exactly what I had written down, is like, I appreciate what they tried to do. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure they were effective at doing it. No,
because when you main your, using that term, uncredible narrator, using the Lisa character who is telling you most of the story, and we are getting it all in flashback, to have her lose credibility through, and then it just starts to kind of fall apart. And I think that's when you're supposed to feel like this is where we're going to get a twist, but because it's like it's coming at you like a Mack truck that they're about to give you a twist, it ruins the twist.
You almost get the feeling there are a couple times, there's a couple things you see through the news interview that then don't happen
at all.
Yes, exactly. And so it's like, well, what's real here?
Right.
So did you make up the twist on the spot? Or, I mean, did you have all this other stuff planned and filmed and then decided to go another direction and then you missed undoing a few things? Or is it just further evidence that this is all questionable? Unreliable narrator, I think, is the term you were looking for earlier. That's what I was
trying to say, yes.
We don't realize that we've got an unreliable narrator until towards the end of the film. And this is definitely one I don't want to spoil since it's a newer film.
No, not at all.
And we're definitely hinting at a lot, and maybe people can figure out and guess a little bit. But yeah, I'm not going to come out and say anything.
No, not at all. But yeah, they start because this comes out starting like a straightforward story. That when they start screwing with the timetable of it all, the leap to the twist and the psychology that would have been behind said twist don't quite fit.
No, I didn't quite get it. I don't think they sold it.
Like,
they didn't sell it to me anyway.
Yeah, and I had a 16-year-old on board for watching this thing, and he was like, as soon as the twist started to take place, his face contorted and go, "What?"
Yeah, I think he and I probably had the same reaction.
Kind of. Yeah, he was just like, they had me right up till now. like, I'm with you, pal. That's exactly where I was with that. So yeah, no, I thought it was fairly well put together. Looks pretty good. Lou Ferrigno for a 74-year-old looks amazing.
He is still a big man.
He is a very big man with very big features, but still fit. In fact, it's almost kind of a shame that he's hidden under all this terrible makeup,
fake beard,
and the fake beard, the fake hair, and they're a little too fake. Like, they don't look like they belong on him at all. I get what look they were going for, but if they couldn't get him to grow that stuff out for the part, they weren't super effective on the makeup side.
What do you think about Lou Ferrigno as effectively? I'll call him for the sake of this review. We'll call him the villain.
Yes,
I think if we got into spoiler territory, we could argue that.
We could, yes. He's a sympathetic villain.
There you go.
Yeah.
But what did you think about seeing Lou Ferrigno as the villain, which is not a role I'm familiar, that I'm used to seeing him in. He's always been, kind of either the good guy, he's been on some sitcoms as the neighbor, but he was still, effectively the good guy. He's the Incredible Hulk. He's a superhero.
True. Although the 70s Incredible Hulk was, while you knew the Hulk was a superhero, he had enough angst about him that he was perceived as a villain.
Yeah, the menace. Yeah, he definitely had a menace.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. But the ones he hurt were the bad guys.
They were always the bad guys. That's true. Yeah, no, all kittens and children were handled with care.
Exactly. So yeah, so what did you think about seeing him? I posted the trailer to this on Blue Sky, and our friend Bill Mize just was saying, I have so many feelings about this. You're like, this would be like seeing like Mr. Rogers suddenly being the villain.
Yeah, no, because even when he plays the straight roles, he's just kind of a big sweetheart kind of guy.
Right.
I actually don't have a problem with this, but actually what my issue with Lou in this was they didn't really give him much to do other than be big.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself. While he made an imposing character, he wasn't that much of a character.
No, they didn't give him much in the way of lines, and I don't think it's spoiling anything to suggest to point out, because it comes out in like the first few minutes anyways. It's suggested that he's either hard of hearing or deaf, his character. But the continuity on that front was not great either. There were moments where somebody's talking to him behind him and he's responding. Like, okay, if you read lips, you read lips, but you can't read lips if you can't see them. So whether it's a failure on direction or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, he was given so little to do verbally, and even if he's a deaf character, they didn't let him. They buried him under so much hair, he couldn't express anything. So he's just this. He was the Hulk if the Hulk really was kind of mean.
What about our star, Melina Weissman?
I found her very effective and compelling during the opening stuff, and when you're catching that she is the unreliable narrator, that's where it kind of jackknifes even in her performance. It gets a little like she doesn't know what to do. I was getting this like all of a sudden, because I didn't care for how they handled the twist and the psychology of this particular twist. I don't think she got it either. And it started to feel that way when they were doing that part of it.
Possibly. I will say, though, in the few moments when she takes on a very different persona than anything we'd seen before,
yeah,
I think she could do it. I would like to see her in a role where that is what she is there to do.
Yeah, and again, I think, and sorry for the director, but I think this may be more of a fail. I think she had the chops to do what they were trying to do. I just think it became so clunky trying to get there that they didn't pull it off.
Yeah, I think so. No, she, I think, is a very good actress. Mm-hmm. And I've seen her in one or two things. She was young Kara in the Supergirl series.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Whenever they went back to like the early teenage Kara or the preteen Kara, that was Melina Weissman. I thought she had some familiarity to her. It's like, I've seen that face, but I would have never been able to place it until I looked her up.
That's where I saw her too. She was in the TV version, the Netflix version of A Series of Unfortunate Events.
Oh, okay.
I have seen her in that, and I thought she looked like another actress. Emily something or something. She looks a lot like the girl that played the same character, Violet, in the movie A Series of Unfortunate Events. She looks almost spot on to her.
Interesting. Well, it might be a part of why she was cast in the Netflix series.
I'm almost certain of that, but yeah. But no, as I was watching this, I'm like, I recognize her, and I can't picture from where. And now that I've looked a little further, yeah, that makes all sense. That makes sense. No, I think she's got lots of potential. I don't know that all of it was realized here.
Yep, exactly. And the rest of the cast, I think, was fine and effective for the roles in which they were given. Anthony Turple, as her boyfriend Eric, he reminded me. I had to look to see if he was at all related. I don't think you watched the sci-fi series Killjoys. Did you ever watch that?
I did, yes. I actually watched it.
Oh, okay. The I guess mid to latter seasons, the one guy they picked up that was sort of like the nerdy geek.
Yeah.
Always got himself into trouble, but always kind of pulled their fat out of the fryer on a lot of times.
Yeah.
He reminded me of him. I'm like, is this that guy's like younger brother?
Yeah, because he would have been way too young for that.
Yeah, no, I knew it wasn't him, but that's who he reminded me of.
That's too funny.
Not related, no. As far as I can tell. But that's exactly, it's almost exactly the same type of part. He's a bit of a nerd, a little bit of a prep. Preppy, I guess would be the term back in the day. I don't know what they would call it now.
Yeah.
But not entirely a coward.
Right.
When his back's against the wall. But that's definitely the same sort of character.
The funny thing about this, and I think it was all part of the mystique of this, is since Lisa is... We think the movie's more about Hugo. It is more about Lisa in the overall. But it's also about the men in Lisa's life. And they're all gradations of the same kind of person, none of which are necessarily great.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. I mean, there's definitely, and again, without going into spoilers, we can't talk about it much. But yeah, you could definitely pull this film apart and talk about a lot of different themes that get played out in this film. So yeah, I don't want to go into all that just because it's a new film.
Sure.
If I wanted to ding it for anything, I wish they had gone for more practical effects.
Yes.
They did a lot of CG gore and effects, and they all didn't. Some of them were fine. A few of them just, yeah, this isn't working.
No, there's a one particular kill in there. Hugo fancies this bulky spear thing that he has made. That's not a spoiler. Mm-hmm. You can see that in the poster.
Yeah, it's in the trailer.
Yeah. But yeah, there's one kill in particular. It's clear not only is it not touching the person that it's killing, but the way that he's moving it when he does it, like, these might as well be on different continents.
Yeah, it's exactly the kill I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, come on. You can do better than that. You'd have done better if you didn't show it. Just allude to it.
You want to talk about kills and a decent scene, though. There was one moment when the park rangers were confronting Hugo.
Yes.
It's actually probably one of the best well-directed and or edited parts of the film. It's just really fast, and suddenly Hugo just whips that. The scene is actually in the trailer, so I don't feel like I'm really spoiling anything in there. Go check it out. That's a really great, quick moment.
Yes.
When he whips that axe, and it's just done so well.
But let's be fair. If you're a park ranger by profession, you're not gonna like this film.
No.
It's not particularly flattering to your profession.
No, it does not paint you in a very good light.
No, not at all. But I think ultimately it's worth a watch. But it's
absolutely
gonna give you head scratches toward the end.
If you are interested in seeing The Hermit, it will be available on digital and on-demand platforms March 3rd. So go and check it out and come back and let us know what you thought of it and your thoughts of seeing Lou Ferrigno, the big nice guy that we've seen for the last 50 years as Hugo the Hermit. Follow the link in the show notes to all our contact information and social media platforms. Thanks for talking with me over this film. I told you before, this was a film I needed to talk about to figure out whether I liked it or not.
I don't know that we solved that problem, but but it's still worth a watch.
Absolutely. All right. Bye, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.
See ya.